Art and revolution, two forces that seem destined to collide. But what happens when an artist takes that collision and turns it into a multimedia masterpiece that spans nearly a century of human aspiration and failure?
You're thinking about William Kentridge's I am not me, the horse is not mine, so aren't you? That 2008 piece really changed how we look at revolutionary art.
Exactly right. You know what's fascinating? The way Kentridge took this rarely performed Shostakovich opera about a runaway nose and transformed it into this profound commentary on Russian modernism and political upheaval. The sheer audacity of using absurdist elements to tackle such weighty themes.
And the title itself comes from this old Russian peasant expression used to deny guilt in court, right? That's such a clever layer of meaning.
Oh my goodness, yes. And it gets even better. The way Kentridge combines video installations with this almost theatrical lecture format creates this incredible time machine effect. We're simultaneously in 1917 Russia, 2008 when he created it, and our present moment. It's like watching history fold in on itself.
Well, speaking of historical connections, doesn't this piece have some interesting parallels with Lajos Kasik's work from that 1960 Paris exhibition?
That's exactly what I've been thinking about. Both artists are wrestling with these moments where artistic and political revolution collide. You know what Kentridge said about this piece? He called it both a celebration and an elegy, celebrating this extraordinary creative explosion from the 1917 revolution while mourning how it all fell apart.
The way he balances those contradictions through multiple media formats is pretty brilliant. Each screen tells a different part of the story, right?
Yes, and that fragmentation is so intentional. It's like he's showing us how these utopian dreams shattered into pieces. But here's what really gets me: the way he manages to make this historical piece feel so relevant to contemporary movements and aspirations.
So you think it speaks to our current moment of social and political upheaval?
Well, that's what makes it so powerful. Through this combination of video, installation, and performance, Kentridge creates this space where we can examine our own idealistic tendencies. Like, he's not saying don't dream big. He's just asking us to be clear-eyed about the consequences.
The balance between hope and reality seems more crucial than ever in our current global situation.
You know what I keep coming back to? The way art can help us process these complex historical moments. Kentridge isn't just documenting history, he's giving us tools to understand our present moment. It's like he's created this lens that helps us see both the beauty and danger in our collective aspirations.
And perhaps that's the real genius of the piece. It helps us hold these contradictions without breaking under their weight.
Exactly. Like, when you look at what's happening in the world today, this piece feels more relevant than ever. It's asking us to consider, how do we maintain our ideals while staying grounded in reality? How do we learn from history without becoming cynical about the possibility of change? Just completely reinvent themselves. Take Piet Mondrian. His early landscapes are so traditional that most people wouldn't even recognize them as his work.
That's such an interesting point about artistic evolution. The way he transformed from painting atmospheric scenes to those iconic geometric compositions really shows how radical artistic change can be.
Well, looking at his work from around 1905 to 1907, you see these beautiful naturalistic paintings of the River Tegine near Amsterdam. The Geinrust farm, nestled in all that lush vegetation, it's like looking at a completely different artist from the Mondrian we know today.
What do you think triggered that dramatic shift in his style around 1908?
You know, it's fascinating because he didn't just suddenly abandon reality. It was this gradual process. Even as he moved toward abstraction, he kept using the same subjects: landscapes, dunes, trees. It's like he was slowly distilling these natural forms down to their essence.
Well, that's exactly what we see in composition number 2. It's based on those earlier river paintings, but you can start to see him breaking free from realistic representation.
Speaking of artistic transformation, let me tell you about this incredible piece by Jan Toorop called The Three Brides from 1892. It's this amazing exploration of feminine identity and choice using this incredibly rich symbolic language.
Oh, right, that's the one with the young woman in the middle having to choose between two very different paths in life.
Exactly. And what's so fascinating is how Toorop creates this psychological drama through symbolism. On one side, there's this serene Madonna-like figure representing spiritual life, and on the other, this haunting figure wearing actual skulls, representing earthly desires. The contrast is just incredible.
The level of detail in that symbolism is remarkable, like those virgins in the foreground with their bells, lilies, and butterflies.
And don't forget about that choir in the background. They're literally singing about the dangers and difficulties awaiting the bride. It's like Will Toorop created this multimedia experience before multimedia was even a thing.
So what do you think these works tell us about that particular moment in history?
You know, both these works really capture this period of massive social and artistic upheaval at the turn of the 20th century. Mondrian's gradual move toward abstraction feels like a direct response to modernization, while Toorop's piece seems to be grappling with changing ideas about women's roles in society.
That temporal aspect really adds depth to both works, doesn't it? They're not just about specific moments, but about entire journeys of transformation.
Exactly, and I think that's why these works still resonate today. Whether we're looking at Mondrian's artistic evolution or Toorop's exploration of life choices, they're both dealing with these universal human experiences of change and decision-making. Like, who hasn't faced their own moment of choosing between different life paths?